What's up, Grown Go Fit fam? Welcome back to a new video. What's up? If you're new here, my name is Pamela, and this is the Grown Go Fit channel where we share meal prep ideas, workouts, and other health tips while on a budget. So yeah, welcome. For lunch, we're making some homemade chicken nuggets. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the ingredients. So you'll need the following ingredients for your lunch recipe. So you're gonna need some ground chicken. I found the leanest cut that I could find, but any ground chicken works. You're going to need some mozzarella, some eggs, onion powder, black pepper, salt, garlic powder. And then for your breading, you're going to need some flour and some cornflakes. And that's pretty much all you're going to need for your lunch ingredients. Let's go ahead and get into the prepping. All right, you can go ahead and start preheating your oven to 400 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and start off with our ground chicken. So I'm doing 2 pounds of ground chicken, and I'm doing 2 pounds because I'm making this for me and my boyfriend, but if you're doing this just for yourself, you can go ahead and just use 1 pound. Then we're gonna go in with 1 cup of mozzarella, and you can choose to do like a half a cup of mozzarella and a half a cup of Parmesan. All right, 1 cup. All right, next you're gonna go in with your eggs. So you're just gonna pop them right in there. All right, and then we're gonna add in our seasoning. So you're gonna wanna go ahead and 2 teaspoons of salt, and then we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of black pepper, and then you're gonna do 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and 1 teaspoon of onion powder. All right, that's pretty much all you're gonna need here. You're gonna go ahead and combine all these ingredients. So once you combine all the ingredients together, all right, so once you have your chicken all combined together, you're gonna wanna go ahead and just form your nuggets. So you're gonna wanna use some water to form these because it'll just help with the shape and it will help avoid sticking to your hands. You're just gonna make a chicken nugget shape the best that you can here. It's not gonna be perfect, but you can try to make it look like a McDonald's chicken nugget as best as you can. So I'm going to try to aim to have at least 4 to 5 per serving for these, but we'll see how many we come up with. We might have less, we might have more, but I'll let you guys know at the end. Once you form your nuggets into chicken nuggets, you can go ahead and just place them on a sheet pan lined aluminum foil. We will have to place these into our freezer for about 30 minutes at least. You can do more time if you have it. I'm going to do it for about 30 minutes. I'm going to be here a while, so I'll see you guys once I'm done forming these chicken nuggets. All right, we are officially done shaping our chicken nuggets. I'm going to go ahead and throw these into our freezer for at least 30 minutes. If you want to leave it in there a little bit longer, you can, but you need to throw these in for at least 30 minutes in the freezer so that they can form. Let's go ahead and throw these in. All right, while our chicken nuggets are in the freezer, I went ahead and put 2 cups of cornflakes in a gallon bag, and we're just gonna crush this up so that we can make our breadcrumbs. So I'm gonna take the back of my measuring cup and just go ahead and smash it down until we get a nice fine crumb. All right, and you should end up with like a fine like powder like this for your breadcrumbs. So now all you have to do is kind of wait for your chicken nuggets to come out, and then we'll set up our station so that we can go ahead and coat our chicken nuggets. So our chicken nuggets have been sitting in the freezer for at least 30 minutes. So now we can go ahead and start breading our chicken nuggets. So while my chicken nuggets were in the freezer, we went ahead and crushed up our cornflakes. We might end up needing some more, but that's good enough for now. I'm gonna go ahead and just set my chicken nuggets aside, and I'm gonna set up my bowls that we will need. So you're gonna need a bowl for your flour and a bowl for your eggs. So we'll start off with 1/3 cup of flour, and then we'll grab 2 eggs. And make sure that you guys are seasoning your flour. So I'm just going to go in with the same seasonings that I use for my chicken nuggets for my flour. So salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. I'm also going to add in some paprika so that I can give it a little bit of color and flavor. All right, and just for the purpose of showing you guys everything, we're going to throw in our breadcrumbs here in the 3rd bowl. All right, and what you're going to do is you're going to take your chicken nugget, dip it into your flour, then dip it into your egg mixture, and then finally finish it off into your breadcrumbs. And then you're going to place that right back onto the tray, and then you're just going to repeat the same process for the remainder of the chicken nugget. All right, we finished breading our chicken nuggets. I'm going to go ahead and spray it with my spray oil, and then we're going to throw these into our air fryer or oven to bake at 400 degrees for 12 to 13 minutes each side. So we're gonna start off with 12 minutes, take them out, flip them, and then put them back in for another 12 to 13 minutes. So let's go ahead and throw them in the oven. All right, we hit the halfway mark. So I took my chicken nuggets out the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and flip these, and then we're gonna throw them back in for another 12 to 13 minutes. All right, the time is up on our nuggets, and this is what the finished product is looking like. So if you want it a little bit more crispier, you can leave it in there a little bit longer. I did. That's why they look like this. But if you don't want it super crispy, you can just do it for the 12 to 13 minutes and it'll come out looking like this. So make sure to check it along the way so that way it doesn't get burned if you decide to leave it in for extra time. What it is, huh? What's up? I'm just kidding. But yeah, guys, that's everything for this week's video. I'm sorry that I have been MIA. I've been moving, so I'm actually in a new apartment. You guys will see hopefully in the next video kind of what the kitchen space looks like. There's some pros and there's some cons to it, but overall happy that I was able to get out of that last apartment because, you know, shit was getting real expensive. But I hope that you guys give this chicken nugget recipe a try. It is delicious, and honestly, they're so crispy and crunchy. They're better than McDonald's. I'm saying it. I don't care. But at the end of the day, I hope that you guys give this one a try. I know that's going to be a good one. Keep coming back for more videos. I am going to come back on my normally posting routine. So every Sunday, you should see a new upload with a new recipe. I'm also working on setting up a schedule for our fitness. So we are going to start uploading some content there on some workout routines, some exercises that you guys can do at home with some light weights or body weight. So make sure to stay tuned, and I hope that you guys remember what? Remember to stay strong, glow brighter, and get fit. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.